Okay, so we're back now. Okay. Thank you so much to Ely and Annabelle for a very wonderful sharing, very deep. I think it was really insightful, and it really reached out to a lot of people. I believe so. Yeah. So again, I'll pass back to Aruna to continue with our next speaker. Yeah, Aruna.
Yeah, sure, will do. All right. Thank you for all our sponsors. I believe they've been taking a great effort and allowing us to have this kind of wonderful opportunity to to speak out freely. We're very relaxed, and we can just voice it out whatever our thoughts and everything. So I'm not going to delay anymore because another speaker, she's very from far away, and it's a mid morning there. I believe it's almost 4 plus now, 4:15, I think 4:15 a.m. there. She's supposed to be on bed, but like now she's like willing to hold together with us, to give us more insights in the fitness industry, and she's been there for long, I believe. And let me put a hand and welcome Jacqueline Mary. How are you, Jacqueline?
Thank you, Aruna. I'm doing well. It's an honor to be with all the fabulous lady over here. And I to start to introduce myself, and I think just like everybody else, we always have a story how we got into fitness industry. And I was in the corporate world too. I was a member of Fitness First in KLCC for at least for 7 years before I became a part of Fitness First. And the reason why I started my journey, um, I was doing very well in the corporate world, but I had a lot of emotional and mental stress, and I had personal issues. So I got into the gym and had a trainer for a while, and from there I started. It changed my life. It changed, and I accelerated in my career, and I became stronger mentally and emotionally and physically. And that key at 2000, I said, that's going to be my gift to people. I'm going to give it to another person. I'm going to be a change agent. I'm going to get them to experience the same thing what I had in order to achieve what they want to do. That's how I got into the fitness industry. Now, was I obese? Yeah. My mom used to tell me, the doctor told my mom to put me on diet when I was 6 months old. So I grew up being huge all my life. And I think I started my first fitness journey when I was 17. I used to run around the dining table at home because I was big and I was shy and I didn't know what else to do. I used to run around the dining table. And then at one day, my dad told me, that's not going to work. You got to take care of the nutrition too. So I started my first fitness journey with that no background, age of 17. And from there, it went on. I just turned 51, and we've been in Canada. I've been in Canada since 2012. And I'm in the industry. Now, I was a trainer for a while, but got into the management because of my background. But I think that gave me more passion and pleasure, able to educate the trainers, to educate and keep awareness to the members who comes into the gym, right? And I'm talking on a topic about living a life with a purpose. It's going to cross over a bit of Annabelle, a bit of Lily as well, because I think it's all integrated together. All right. So now, when we talk about living life with a purpose, a lot of people think about soul and transformation. They talk about discovering the quality of life and growth mindset. And some people talk about achieving your dreams. We women play a really vital role. And we as at home, at work, in the community, at society. But most of the time, we downplay our role. We take a step back, and I'm not feminist either, but it's the masculine world out there. We try so hard to beat that. We are still fighting for it, right? So we always take a back step, and we always downplay our role. We are born nurturer. Is the way you take care of your kids or you take care of your siblings. We do that with our cousins and nephews. I don't have children, but I think I do get involved in my nephews' lives, my friends, my staff, my employees, our friends. So it's an autopilot mode all the time. It comes automatically. Okay, not to mention even my husband sometimes. You tend to nurture them. They say, like, you're mothering me, but it's in autopilot mode. We're always in that mode, and we can't take away that. So I'm going to touch a few points when we're talking about living a life with a purpose. Now, there's something we all need to understand first. There's certain things within our control and certain things beyond our control, right? And what we can take charge is to something we do within our control. So there's what I call is a wheel of life. So when I talk about the topic of living a life with purpose, I talk about these few roles or the avenue. The first one is depending. It's you and your partner. And some of us, like Lily said, she's alone, but she might have a partner in the future. And that is an avenue you need to manage. The second will be the immediate family, your mom, your dad, your sibling, your in-laws, and your friends. Then we are talking about finance. We always say money is not important, but it's always at the back pocket because you can't move a dial without this F over here, finance part. All right. So finance comes in. Then we are talking about career. Most women, even either we are working adults, we are working housewife, even if you're a housewife, it's still a career. To be honestly, being a housewife is harder than working, I think. They don't stop working at all. So, right, so we have career. Then we have personal development. That is actually, it's a growth mindset and it's the key for all the first form. Then we have environment. We are talking about the home we want to create, the demographic we want to live, like-minded people, the community, the society we want to hang out with. That's important. Then we have religious. Now, I know some of us are, some of us are not. But, if those were atheists, then you believe in a source. But those are religious, that's where, like Annabelle said, the gratitude part comes in. Because without that, most of these dials don't go forward. But what trumps the card is the last avenue is you. Now, this is coming back again to self-love and self-care because it's you, your mental, emotional, physical state. Now, you might be asking, Jackie, what that got to do with living with purpose, correct? But you must understand, the relationship we have with ourselves determines and influences the other relationship, correct? So you need to start with this. Now, we begin to ask our question. Now, who am I? I'm asking that question. Take away your role as a mother. Take away the fancy house you're living in. Take out all the fancy clothes. Take out the finance. Take away your business. Take away your role in the society. Who are you? What are you doing here? Right? What is my goal? Because that goal is going to be a purpose of your life. That's going to keep you moving, taking a step forward. And we need to identify the goal. We need to be very clear what we want to do. We are so influenced by our environment and our surroundings, It's even worse in the place where we live. And I've been Malaysian all my life, and I'm still Malaysian. People ask me, where are you from? People ask, are you Kenyan? I'm like, no, I'm Malaysian. I live here, but that doesn't mean I'm not Malaysian, right? Because we are Malaysian, and we grew up in a community of 3 different cultures. So the stigma, the dogmatic mindset is always there, and we're going to talk about it a bit later. Now, when we talk about personal goal, we're talking what we're going to be passionate about. Look at the bigger picture. It could be, your goal could be at the best, you want to be the great mother. Your goal could be you want to be the fabulous housewife or wife to your husband. Your goal, you want to be a best businesswoman, right? You want to be the best VP. You want to be the best salesperson. It doesn't matter, but we need to identify what that goal is. All right. Once you identify that goal is, then we can start talking about this is the entire point of my existence. I'm here at this moment in this world at this point for a reason. Without that, we're living in a rat race, right? You go in a circle and circle and circle, then you'll never find happiness within you. Now, when we talk about when we talk about that goal, I'm going to draw it back to mental, emotional, physical. It's an holistic approach. All right. You cannot identify, I want to be best businesswoman, but where are you going to get the creativeness? Where are you going to get the extra energy? Where are you going to be focused? Where are you going to get the clarification, the clarity in your mind? All right. For example, now let's say I'm a mother suddenly, and I want to be the great mother. So my goal is to be set example to my children, right? So when I want to set example to my children, I want to teach them that I'm a mother who has a growth mindset. Now, growth mindset is where you put effort and consistency. That is growth mindset. Like what Annabelle said, you keep going and going. You don't put a stop. It's a long road. The journey is far. It's not going to happen right now. But you need to always make a difference in our life, right? So if you want to have a growth mind, you want to have teach your children that you are full of energy and you're happy all the time. But we have small monkey brain over here is always churning at the back, and we are not going to be happy all the time. But how you want to engage that, right? How do you want to set example to your children that you are healthy and full of energy? How do you want to have a work-life balance? How do you want to be a great nature? How do you maintain that awesome relationship with the child, with your partner? How you want to do that? Because a lot of women comes to place where I work with so much of a hope. They come in not only for beauty. When we talk about beauty, we're talking about weight loss and muscle mass gain, right? We're talking about longevity. They want to live longer to see their grandchildren. We are talking about movement-free lifestyle. They want to have a pain-free lifestyle. But some women comes to be because they're mentally depressed, emotionally abused, mentally abused. So this is how this topic, living with purpose and holistic approach, plays a huge role in well-being or health and fitness industry. Now, like I said, when we don't have a purpose, we live in a routine, a rat race, right? We go to work, we come home, we cook, we clean, we take care of children, we go to bed. All right. Now, let's say your children grow up, get married. All right. You lost your job or you're no longer working. Who are you? What have you done? Now, sometime when a couple has another partner, the life goes on somehow or other. Both husband and wife, they go, they've spent some time. But some of us, we don't have the opportunity. You're all alone. Maybe the partner has passed on or something else happened in the relationship. Who are you? What have you done? All right? We take care of everything else, but we don't take care of ourselves. But the key is you got to learn to take care of yourself first. Now, for example, when you said, when Annabella or Lily was telling, I want quick and everybody want quick fix. All right, Jackie, teach me how to be a great mother right now. Give me A, B, C, D, and I follow the recipe. And I'm like, no, I don't have recipe for you. I don't have a magic pill for you. There's no quick fix for you, but I can help you with some solution. Now, it's funny because when you talk about that, we talk about self-love and self-care. Love is the fundamental foundation, vibration, energy in the world. You cannot ignore that. If you don't love yourself, if you're being hard on yourself, you're being negative in yourself, that's going to rub in the energy with the person around you. Now, if, like you say, if your goal is to be a great mother, you need to know how to be, you need to self-talk with positive and with love, right? We cannot be hard on ourselves. Sometimes, but you know something? We're human beings. We react like what Aruna said. I called to my sister yesterday, getting upset, SMSing, just like for like 2 hours, I think. I need to vomit how I feel. But the next day I wake up, new day, new bright day. Yeah, Jackie, positive, go back in the train. But the whole reason why I'm saying that we cannot stay in the pity well for too long. Living with a purpose will take you out of the pity well and get you walking and moving and running. And that is the key. That's what I can tell you need to do. That's how solution I can give you. I don't have a recipe for you. to put A and B and C is going to come out well. I don't have a magic pill to give you, correct? None of us have it, and none of us will have it. There's always a joke my husband used to say, oh, for you, fitness trumps everything. Fitness takes care of everything. I'm like, yeah. So let's talk about, because I asked, let's talk about energy. How do you want to get energy? How do you want to get energy? How do you create the extra energy in your life? You wake up 6 o'clock, you go to work, you come home, you cook, you're tired. So when you talk about fitness, you need an extra hour to work out. How do you get the energy? Start exercising. The energy will follow, right? If you want to be pain-free, not to be in angry mood, not to be sad, then take away the pain from you. I will come back later because this topic is such a broad topic and I have to segment it and connect that and manage that, make you understand, but I'll come back later on that. Now, and when we're talking about earlier, you know, we are so conditioned by our society. We're conditioned by the upbringing. We're conditioned by religion. We are conditioned by the demographic where we live. Now, whether it's a Indian, Muslim, or Chinese, you know, WHO recently had a debate for COVID. It was very sad based on the demographic where the least population who worked out was female. And when you talk about race and age, it also was at certain demographic environment, right? Every country. Over here, Canada, we had, even US, we had high death rate, and that is based on that particular, it's wrong to talk about race and religion, but it's a fact. And that influence comes from your upbringing, the society. Now, how can we change that condition? It starts from you. So if you want to be a great mother, correct? And you're living, let's say, I'm from an Indian background. Now, when I talk about that, I always tell, let's talk about women. Wake up, cook, go to work, come home, clean, kids, go to bed. But for the husband or the man, goes to work, come home, he has me time because he watch football, and then he's like, play with the kids, or it's my time, he goes play football for 2 hours, he comes home, and he goes to bed. So the big chunk which is missing is me time. Again, that's coming back to self-care and you. If you want to be a great mother, take charge. Take that away. You know, it's a stigma, whether we talk about, oh, I can't go to the gym because I have to clean, or what my mother-in-law will say, or what my husband will say. But if you want to build that relationship with your husband or your mother-in-law, the children, you have to be positive. You got to have the energy. Now, you want to be the great mother. Take that me time. Grab it. Don't give up. Because that me time will get you pain-free, healthy, full of energy, clarity. You have a better relationship. And then that will cascade to your children. So let's say, I tell some people, I say, go wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go for a walk. And tell your son or daughter, I'm going for a walk. Do you want to sleep or do you want to come with me? Give them an option. Because normally when we impose, they oppose, right? Give them an option and give them with parameters and they'll start going for a walk. Do that 40 minutes or 30 minutes every day. Within 2 weeks, they are alert. The mind is automatically wakes you up and you're in the morning, you wake up, you have better hours of the day. You're like, I have more energy right now. And you're in a happy mood, correct? So then you're getting to the goal of being a great mom, correct? And it starts again from you. Now we also talk about, but you know, it's not going to be easy either. It's bumpy road, rocky road, curvy road, ups and down. You're waking one day, I'm so tired, I don't want to go for a walk. It's okay. But just don't make that a habit, not doing it at all. I think that is the biggest hurdle we have. It's keeping up a routine, falling off wagon, having accountability. Now that comes in with women empowerment right now. There's a lot of ways you have accountability. You can get the support. Like Annabelle said, she asked the doctor, why can't you don't have a support group, right? Now, in Malaysia, and I know that not everybody have a gym membership. They can't go. And when they say, Jackie, you're talking about living a purpose, and that comes back again, mental, emotional. You're putting us back into a gym. I'm like, yes, it starts from your mental, physical, emotional fitness. Now, if you don't have cash to play around, go for a walk. Get a support group in your community. Take 5 women, your neighbors, your auntie, your sister. Go for half an hour walk. And then when you have the money, 5 of you can hire a trainer if you want to the next level, correct? But that kind of support system we need to find. I am blessed to have support system. Like I said, if I'm talking about growth mindset, I have my husband to ponder. If I have personal issue or growth mindset work, I call my elder sister. My mom is another support group. Sometimes just calling her, talking to her makes me feel comfortable. I think it's that upbringing, right? You always go to your mom when you're upset, you're angry. She won't even know, but you just listen to her. Right? Sometimes my nephew told me the other day, you're not calling your mom to check on you. You're calling your mom to check on your orchid flower. And I'm like, no, but I just wanted to hear her voice. No, that's a support system. You need to find your support system, right? Now, find, if you don't have, get into a routine. Us over here, there's women here, like-minded people. It's going to give you the support. It's going to give you the guidelines. We are always going to be here for you. Now, the other reason why I'm saying that, I'm going to go tangent here and then come back to your resident. Again, a lot of you are asking, Jackie, you're talking about setting a goal. So I'm looking at, before I can decide my finance, my career, my relationship, you want me to take care of myself. Now, it's also science over here. All right. We're talking about women. It's funny. I'll tell you the reason why, and I'm going to be very short. I'm not going to bore everybody about it. See, we're talking about menopause. Menopause, basically, people think they start at the age of 46 at 50. Bing dang, no. Your body start reducing estrogen level at the age of 34, 32. That period can take at least 8 years, where the last 2 years is accelerates. Boom, you're in a perimenopause. That could happen between 46 to 52. Now, after that, you're in a menopause where you don't have a period for a year, you get postmenopause. Now, why am I talking about this? Let's talk about the reason why. What is menopause? Is where our reproduction gland stop producing estrogen, progesterone, and hormone. But these 3 little hormones plays a huge part in of the well-being of women. Do you know estrogen controls your cholesterol level? Estrogen controls your hippocampus. Hippocampus is our frontal brain where manage your memory, your knowledge, correct? So that's the reason why you'll be wondering why women are the highest case on dementia, Alzheimer. Because this is gone. Can we reverse estrogen? No, God created that way, correct? Now, estrogen also manage your heart level, arteries, wall. It enlarge your arteries wall. So that's the reason why after menopause, women are also high rate to get heart problems, stroke problem. Estrogen controls your anti-inflammatory in the body, autoimmune disease. So that's the reason why people, ladies after 40, I'm getting some skin rashes. I got eczema in my leg, right? Estrogen controls your bones, your muscle. Then comes body ache and osteoporosis and arthritis. So now you know that it also controls your cholesterol. It controls your fibrin in blood. That's a protein where manage your blood clot, right? So it controls stroke. So when we're talking about this, woman, you need to manage that. I can't biohack my physical and mind, but I can age gracefully. Now you are still a young mom at 30 something. You got a long way to go. You're still a young career businesswoman at 30 something. You're still, whatever your goals are, you need to manage this. To manage this, back in the gym. If not gym, exercise. Now, walking is not exercise, actually. If you're talking about bone density, is movement of your ligament, squat, push-ups, it can be anything. Those are going to, people come and tell me, Jackie, I'm walking. But doctor diagnosed me with spine osteoporosis. So I'm like, yeah, walking. That's not going to increase the bone density. So this is comes again what Annabelle and Lily said is awareness, education out there. People think exercising is running, cardio. That's not going to take care of you. That's only inducing cortisol. A lot of women run after having babies. They go running. They're like, nothing is working, and I'm eating 1,200 calories. I'm like, wow, okay, your body's got to hold on to the fat. So this age is also crucial. So whatever we live with a purpose, whether like my purpose of my life, I want to make a change in a different. I want to give the gift of life. That's what I say. I wanted to give the gift of life, and it could be different avenue. That's my purpose. So I need to make sure I handle this. So it has to be an holistic approach. Again, I'm repeating that again and again and again. Now, we have a choice. Inaction is your choice. Because you see, motivation comes from the word emote, moving forward. What we can do is creating the environment, but you need to make the decision. You come in and say, Jackie, I need to manage this. My husband is not happy. My children are always angry with me because I'm always in pain and I'm not having a relationship. I'm not happy. Yeah, but it needs, I can give you every solutions to help you, but the action starts from you. All right. And you need to make that change in your family, your house, your society. You know, I say this again, when you dress up certain way, mom will say, you know what neighbors will say. And I remember when I was a trainer at age of 37, I think my mom and auntie came to the gym and my mom was like, what is this carrying weights? Weights is very for men, you know, you're carrying dumbbells, you're getting old. Even now she said, okay, change job, Jackie. Don't do I said, I'm not training people, but I train. I see, like I said, sorry, I'm changing topic. When I was young, I think I was like 100 kilos, and I think my body fat percentage was 49, 50. I'm 51. I am 210 pounds, but my body fat percentage is 24. I have a lot of lean muscle mass, and that gives me energy. I sleep very minimum. I sleep 5 hours. I'm hyper. My husband calls the baby, okay, shut everything and go to bed. Stop it. Don't stop talking. And I can't stop talking. This is me. That's why I actually have notes, so I won't change topic because I get all excited about it. And that's because I weight train. I build up what I want. So what happened? You take your age 10 years younger, right? Biologically, mentally, you do. So you can do what you need to do so you can achieve your goal. Now, again, inaction is your decision, right? Self-love is your protection. If you think I'm in a family where my husband will scold, you know, what man will say, my mother-in-law will say, that's your protection you're taking away. You're not able to achieve your personal goal. So at 57, 58, don't ask yourself, what am I doing here? What I've done? You know, I ask, you know, as much as I've done this, I ask my sister, what the hell I've done? I'm 51. I don't know what I've done. And then she brings me back and say, Jackie, you have done this, you have done that, you have done this. It's small incremental growth. And, you know, like I said, we all need support as well, right? And it's this constant reminder. And you got to be proud of it. All right. But then we also shouldn't be comfortable where we are. We should push. You know, you move the dial like an inch, and half an inch, a quarter inch. You gotta push, but push towards what you want, what you are passionate about, what you care. How do you want people to talk about you the day you're no longer here? It's not about your money. It's not about your fancy house and car and makeup. It's what you have done to the society. What have you given back? What kind of energy do you rub in? And that is living with a purpose. And that's tied down. Yes, you have to start with fitness. Without fitness, your purpose. And you know, if you look at all successful people in the world, there are a few common things. They exercise, nutrition, they eat healthy, they feed the brain, they work for work-life balance, correct? They're constantly growing, you know? And sometimes, like you said, we are so hard with ourselves, Annabelle. I remember asking, again, I give a lot of personal example. I think that's the best way to tell story. I asked my sister, and she's like, you have done a small incremental is still a growth, right? You made that change. It's still a growth because sometimes it's so hard. I'm like, I'm 51. I think I'm slowing down. I'm getting upset. And I'm like, I cannot be there. I don't want to be comfortable. Right. And it's the monkey brain, which constantly pushing you negative. And sometimes it's the environment. We got to take control. Right. And I think this, like more to, I think I'm going to answer your question even before you ask me, Aruna. It's basically the Indian
You're
committee
making
where,
my job very easy. I'm just like smiling all the time. Okay, all right.
because it's again that society and that committee in over here is the same. It's I've been here since 2012. We have wide culture over here, but when we come about Muslim, the Pakistani, Indian, they are the hardest people, have a lot of medical issue. They are the least people who like to make a change, and it's the same. You can go to a different country, you can dress up differently, but your inner feelings, the thought process, has not changed.
Yeah, I understand. I truly understand. I understand when I was in overseas for some time, like I went study. I never know that I saw Malaysian at that point of time. I was like so much of praising Malaysia. Then find since when I've become very, very patriotic, then you realize that you carry the whole nation within you.
It is.
Interesting. Yes, yes.
And also, I think if again, I'm going to just summarize. Start with yourself before identifying what is your purpose. If you don't have self-care, self-love, right? You don't know how to manage your mental, physical, emotional well-being, you can't contribute to the others as much as you think you can. Your existence in the world is for a reason. Find out. That's how you're going to get joy. People always say, I want to be happy. Then I'll bring them back to this topic again. They're like, Jackie, what are you doing? I said, but you want to be happy. What do you want me to do? You have to come back here. There's no magic pill. People say, oh, that person is very happy because they got big car, because they got money. You really don't know what's going on at the back. We assume they are happy, right? Because they look very nice outside. Have you go in and find out what's the dirty laundry is and that? You don't.
Yep.
Happiness is within you. Is your energy, your vibrant, your passion, how you connect, how you care. But we all are, I remember somebody called me, I'm the most selfish person when I made certain move. When I made certain changes in my life. Because I think I moved here at all the wrong time.
Okay.
But I also told myself, if I need to take care of myself so I can take care of the rest. Because I needed to be happy. I needed that. Correct? And it is a selfish move, but sometimes it takes time for people to recognize. So if a lot of you thinking, Jackie, I can't make this change in the family or society because what they will judge me, people are not going to pay your bills. People are not going to give you happy. Their opinion doesn't matter. How you want to build your life, how you want your life to be, it's up to you.
Definitely. It's like I am listening to, I'm like recalling a lot of stuffs and everything, and you're putting everything into the faces like, wow, that's amazing. I believe like how much of an experience have been been there, and you've been serving the Canada like as a fitness director, right? So like what are the differences, like major differences here? Like you see it's Malaysian, but like what are the major differences that we can bring, that if we want to bring that to here, or one words, what would you say?
I think the only thing is that once they come to this country, if you're talking about the minority group, is different. Awareness of health and well-being, it's huge over here. We have awareness, health, wellness directors in every corporate company. The company actually, if you are stressed out, they give you disability holiday break for 6 months. So for them, that is big. And I think if they put a bit of that, because we have, this is the biggest thing I had. You can't work more than 40 hours. My trainers tell me, oh, Jackie, I can't more do than 20 hours a week. And I'm like, what? Trainers in Malaysia do about 60 hours a week of personal training. But the work-life balance and what the government strike, that is not what we have in Asia. So that is the biggest thing. I think I will make a change if I come back to Malaysia.
Yeah, definitely. I think we definitely need someone like coming back and then putting back, because it's always started with something, because we felt that we always lacked a lot of things. Actually, we have by facilities, by the culture, we're already there. It's just like the mindset. We need to change the mindsets a bit. This is all my friend used to say this, if you don't have money in ATM now, there's no point of you go and bring your card and put it in and ask for money. There's nothing going to happen. All you need to do now is keep saving, and one point when you need it, and then it will come up. So the whole idea is like you're saying about, getting energy and save up your energy, eat well, get your nutritions well, and make sure that not when you're already reaching to the age that started. It's supposed to come from now. If you are in 30, start from now. If you are 20, why not? It's better start from earlier. Like, Evie started earlier, Annabelle have started earlier. So everyone have their own stories, but they managed to start. That's the whole idea. We always tend to say that tomorrow, we have that kind of tendency. Tomorrow always wonderful.
Procrastination.
Yeah, definitely. So what would be one of the best tips or best advice that you could give to our viewers in terms of, having a purpose? You've been mentioned about lifestyle, healthy and everything, but one thing that you would say that do it this current now and that's it. What will you say?
Make a change. Be a change agent. Like I'm going to say, change is not going to be easy. It's going to be chaos when you do it. Then there's going to be calmness. Chaos is going to set in again. Then it's going to be calmness. Chaos is going to set in. Make that change. Make it today to make the change for your children, for your partner, for yourself. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait for you to go buy a sports shoe. Don't wait to go buy a track bottom. Don't wait for gym membership.
Correct.
Do 10,000 steps. That's about 8-kilometer walk. That's about 1.5 hours. Yes.
Keep walking. That's the
yes.
whole thing do, yeah.
Or sometimes I tell them, do 1.5 hours walk. That's about 8 kilometers. Do that small change for 1 week. Second, take 2.5 liters water a day. Fantastic. Do that for a month. You see the change. Let's talk again. Incremental change to create a habit.
Yeah, definitely. Because this one, when you fix your physical, you definitely will feel, you feel boosted up with your mind, and that technically you just want to keep doing the things. And recently, my mom's birthday as well. Then I got her a smartwatch. Make sure that she walk every day. At least I set for 5,000 steps. I said maybe she couldn't reach. Okay, I'll put you 3,000 first. Let's see whether you can do it or not. And then she said, yeah, I already managed 3,000 today. Okay, let's go up to 5,000. And she's in 60s now. But technically, like, age doesn't come when, that kind of excitement, when you really introduce them with the technology or something that feedback to them again. Hey, you can start, do something, and then it will be happy for you as well. So I think my mom will be one of them example that I can see. I believe you have been doing a lot of wonderful things back in Canada. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
If I want to talk to you, I probably will have the whole day. I love to talk to you. A lot of information. I can see a lot of vibes coming in together. We can talk for hours. But
likewise.
Thank you so much for coming again today. And we will round up again in a while. But thank you once again. Yeah, thanks, Jack.